So I have a 97 Jeep Wrangler here, Jeep Wrangler SE with a 4-cylinder engine, and what it does is sometimes after a longer trip, idling at a red light, that check gauge light comes on and the oil pressure shows 0. I'm just playing with the ignition right now, but check gauges, well, whatever. It's puzzling because I know I have enough oil in there, and I don't know what would cause the pressure drop on the gauge. It's usually sitting around 40, so I'm suspecting that the oil pressure sensor might be acting up. So I'm gonna check that, but I'm gonna do a couple of quick checks first. One of the quick checks I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that there is no milky residue inside the oil cap. That looks good, because if there was a milky residue, that would indicate that it might have a cross leak in the head seal. And another way I'm gonna check it is while this engine is ice cold, I'm gonna remove the radiator cap, start up the engine, and I'm gonna look for any signs of bubbling or anything, so the pressure from the engine would come into the coolant. So I'm gonna start up the engine. I don't see any bubbles coming through. So that eliminates that. So the head gasket seems to be intact. So that probably doesn't cause a pressure drop. So it might be just the sensor. So I'm going to replace the sensor. They're pretty cheap. They're about $27. And they're on the passenger side of the engine, hiding under the back end of the AC, under the distributor right here. So I'm gonna disconnect the wire. And I'm gonna put a wrench on there and turn it out. I already bought the new one. The one I'm gonna throw in there is made by Duralast. It's a PS271. These sensor units will basically measure the oil pressure, and it's a very basic little guy. It has a 8 MPT thread. It comes with the sealant on there already, which is kind of nice, and that's where the sensor wire connection goes. So pop it off. So to remove the old sensor, I'm gonna go down there with this funky looking wrench and grab a hold of the sensor and loosen it. The wrench on the metal portion. Never grab across the plastic body. Just reach down there and break it loose. Once it's loose enough, just reach down there and turn it out by hand. Okay, there's the old one. I'm not sure if that's bad or not. There's no way to tell. I'll just drop this in there. Okay, so this thread is basically what they call an 8 MPT national pipe thread. So it's not like a regular screw where it just bottoms out. It more it's tightened, keeps turning because it's a tapered thread. Let's put the pliers back on there and tighten it. It doesn't have to be turned very far to be able to do that because of the sealer on the thread. So once again, don't put the plier on the plastic body. Only grab a hold of it on the metal shoulder. So once you hand tighten the sensor, just give it a final tightens with a pair of pliers. There is a tight space in there. Once it's tight, reconnect the connector. Make sure it's seated in there properly. It's almost at operating temperature. It's sitting fairly steady around 40 psi. Looks okay so far. I don't see any leaks around the sensor. So I think I'm satisfied for now, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. See what it does in drive. Alright, looks okay. Alright, thanks for watching.